Good afternoon. Last year, my speech started with the impact of COVID-19. I talked about a spark of light and light at the end of the tunnel in view of our new Pfizer vaccine, which would be administered soon back then. I really thought that the implications of COVID-19 would be a one-off thing, and that by now we could soon shake hands again and would have returned to the normal life we were used to live. Alas, it turned out to be quite the opposite. In fact, we prepared for a live event for this New Year's speech, but in the course of December, we had to change plan. This change of plan caused also a slight later date for the New Year's event this year, although we are still within the 10 days rule extension period, I would say. Thus, 2021 was yet another year marked by COVID-19. This nasty virus has been around for almost 2 years, and we still haven't found the ultimate remedy yet, although it might be that nature itself will contribute to the solution by spreading of the less harmful Omicron variant. Many people are upset by the course of events and frustrated by the recurring restrictions that prevent them from fully enjoying life. Governments all over the world are still struggling to carefully balance the competing priorities like public health, private well-being, education, and economy. Over time, social cohesion has come under pressure, fueled by many controversial ideas from how to manage and overcome the present crisis. As the world was running short of challenges, it has not yet to meet. But as we know, there is no such shortage. Global warming, climate control, geopolitical tensions caused by Chinese and Russian ambitions, weakening democratic principles in the US, deadly fires and floodings in many countries, including the Netherlands, Belgium and Germany, hiccups in global supply chains, but are a few examples of challenges we have to face. A challenge of lesser order, but one having a direct effect on all of us, is the shift in work environment imposed by the circumstances and our government, now that the office is no longer the exclusive workplace. While the current working from home mode is far from ideal, it has become clear that partly working from home, also known as hybrid working, can be advantageous, provided our way of working is aligned to that new hybrid situation. To that end, we have all adjusted some of our basic office collaboration rules. It is vital that our clients can easily reach us by phone, irrespective of where we work, and that's why we want to sort of incorporate at the home office in our corporate telephone system, presently by using the tool, the Zapper app. Likewise, it is important that we can contact each other and are available for colleagues and clients during regular office hours. And that is why the regular office hours also apply to working from home. For both clients and ourselves, it is important that the contact can be made through various channels: phone, mail, video conference. And that is why we have distributed notebooks with built-in cameras, just to make sure that you are ready for being contacted during work time, both when working in the office as well as working from home. In other words, keep your notebook open and your headset plugged in in order to minimize distraction of colleagues when you are in the office or a family when you are at home. And as we have noticed that the way in which the various colleagues communicate with the outside world varies, we will soon provide some basic communication guidelines that we should adhere to so as to provide optimal availability or reachability for our clients. We believe these initiatives are instrumental in better positioning VO in the competitive IP market by putting more emphasis on client-centered attitude and approach. That is something of a must if we want to remain successful in the future. In tomorrow's market, even more than today, we must be flexible and capable to meet the many different wishes and requirements of our clients. Something we can, as we have demonstrated over many years, 2021 included. Now, I will turn to some numbers. With respect to the orders for patent applications, which are down 6% in total versus previous year. Orders for EP validations in the Netherlands were lagging by 30%, in part due to fierce competition from specialized low-cost validations of competitors, but this was large extent offset by 20% more orders for subsequent patent applications, like in Japan, the United States, China, etc. Orders for trademark and design applications were down by 25%. The same can be said of filings. Overall, the number of patent filings lagged by 7% versus last year. Again, mostly because of the lagging EP validations in the Netherlands, to a large extent compensated by a higher volume of filings of subsequent patent applications, resulting, of course, in more subsequent work to obtain grants of these patent applications. And on the further positive note, despite the total lagging of the total filing numbers, revenues from the filing fees went up on balance versus the previous year, as the filing fee for a subsequent application is roughly 4 times higher than the filing fee for a validation. The number of annuity payments taken care of by the annuities team increased by 2%, which is good when taking into account that there are quite a few competitors out there in the market. Although the number of attorneys was down by 3 versus the previous year, revenues from billable hours went up by 2%, before taking any write-offs and or discounts into account. This increase was the result of a higher average productivity, plus 1%, and a higher hourly rates. In 2021, we have realized a netto turnover of 30.8 million, which is slightly better than budgeted and 2.5% up versus 2020. Prosecution and maintenance fees for patent applications increased significantly, thus more than offsetting the lower EP validation fees, higher discounts, and notably higher write-offs. In between activities, business support and respective account managers have successfully renewed long-term contracts with 2 of our top 10 clients, Stami Carbon and JDE, although inevitably prolongation has come with a price. All the more reason to operate as efficiently as possible. Same-day time registration, swift and as soon as possible billing, hassle-free execution of the procedural actions. Compared with the previous year, our top 10 client lists look pretty similar. TNO, JDE, Heineken, Stami Carbon, Merus, DAF, AVB, MCI, and then some new ones, I think, King Biotherapeutics and Solar Edge. Together, these clients account for almost 1/4 of the net turnover, while some 2,300 other clients make up the remaining 3/4. With respect to retirements, last year Kobi van Beest, after a brief encore, Norbert Claveau and Gerard Straten ended their professional careers. Thank you for your many years of appreciated service. We wish you all the best. From the partner group, Nick Oostenbroek retired last month after more than 30 years of much appreciated contribution to our firm. Nick has been partner who held sway over Oostenbroek Advocaten within our firm. Additionally, he started Indaba, in which a non-IP related activity was set up, which produced some very nice revenues for a number of years. Unfortunately, these activities ended due to the fact that they were taken over by a public service department. In the partner meetings, Nick, being the only non-beta person in the room, many times spoke words of wisdom, not only relating to business, but also relating to the human factor and communication. From my own experience, I can assure you that these contributions were not restricted to that, and I remember the many jokes and good laughs we have had together, as well as some good dinners with nice bottles of wine. For me, a friend has left VO. Many thanks, Nick. We wish you and your family all the best. Despite the COVID-19 challenges, we could welcome new colleagues in our Leuven office. Leen Beller and Helen Hochstrasser started as trainee for becoming a patent attorney. Furthermore, Edward Remmerswaal joined our ICT team, and the CLS section could welcome Emmy Karjalainen and Karin Boymans, the first one in Amsterdam and the second in The Hague, as new colleagues. Welcome on board and good luck. In 2021, a number of examinees were successful. Blijke Kroeze, Sjoerd Postma, Daan Wouters and Martijn Timmermans were registered as European Patent Attorney, while Eline van Kappel, Joost Gooyer and Joris Goetze were sworn in as Dutch Patent Attorney. The number of qualified formalities officers increased as Fatima Kagri, Jolanda van Kuilenburg, Jet Stolk and Mingo Wolfs successfully passed their exams. With respect to promotion, I'm happy to tell you that per the 1st of July 2021, Marijka Westra was promoted to Senior Associate. And since the beginning of this year, we have one more Senior Associate, namely Alexander van Loon. On the 1st of April 2021, Frits Michiels, Jasper Groot-Koerkamp and Bart-Jan Niestad joined our partners' ranks of our firm. Congratulations again to all of you. In 2021, 4 retired colleagues deceased, namely Mrs. Speil, Mr. Kind, Mr. Carbasius Weber and Mr. Weijers. May their souls rest in peace. We also had anniversaries in 2021. As co-founders of the Munich office, Bettina Hermann, Jenny Epener von Eschenbach and Marlon Blood celebrated their 12.5 years anniversary. In the Netherlands, Sonja Meester, Masha Kemper, Marijke Westra and most recently Lucie Klaassen could also celebrate their 12.5 year anniversary. While Hester Stol, Robert Subarat-Misser and Natasha van Mil celebrated their 25th anniversary. Many thanks for your contribution to date and congratulations. As for the upcoming year, as stated before, our focus should be directed to our clients and their needs. To facilitate this, we will continue to look for opportunities to further streamline and automate internal processes and external client contacts. Here we can think of, for example, processing client intake forms, orders and/or instructions, or managing email inboxes, however challenging the latter may be. For this reason, we have decided to internally join forces in the newly created automation department, at present home to our ICT colleagues and Natasja Vermeil and Maurice Janssen, to more closely align technical and user perspective on the automation front, so to say. We are pleased to formally announce that the team will be headed by Wouter Kruithof, who has joined us per the 1st of January last. We wish Wouter and the automation team fun and success. We are in the process of recruiting a new attorney at law, who will work in our The Hague office with Annelies de Bos-Kemper in taking care of a wide variety of legal matters, increasing demand for service of our legal team, which includes assignments, client records, and the departure of Nick. Call for a second lawyer. Last Wednesday, Austria has deposited its instrument of ratification of the Protocol on Provisional Application of the UPC Agreement. The Austrian ratification triggers the entry force clause of the protocol, and yesterday the General Secretariat of the Council of the European Union has declared that this protocol has entered into force. This event marks the start of the Provisional Application Period, PAP, they call it, and the birth of the United Patent Court as an international organization. During the PAP, the last part of the preparatory work in establishing the court will be conducted. It is deemed that the PAP will last at least 8 months. When the state parties are confident that the court is functional, Germany will deposit its instrument of ratification of the UPC agreement, which will trigger the countdown until this agreement's entry into force and set the date for the start of the UPC operations. Without doubt, this will have an impact on our business, although it is difficult to predict whether that will be a positive or a negative impact. In any case, VO will do its utmost to provide services relating to the UPC court procedures as well. We have therefore revitalized the UPC preparation team, which is a sort of equivalent of the Dutch OMT. Whereas the OMT is advising the government on how to best fight the COVID-19 pandemic, our team will take the lead in getting us UPC ready from day one onwards. And now again some numbers. The total amount tied up in receivables, that is outstanding debit notes to be paid by our clients, and work in progress at the end the year end 2021 did go up compared to last year exceptionally good number, and was the equivalent of 76 days sales outstanding. Let's try to bring this number down again to the 2020 level, which was the equivalent of 62 days. In particular, we should try to avoid work in progress write-offs as a result of late billing initiatives. We look forward to welcoming 3 new colleagues on February 1 next, and that are Jorien Wartena, who will join us in The Hague as trainee trademark attorney, Carlijn Bot, who will pick up the new role of HR advisor, allowing us to expand our recruitment and coaching capacity, and Jan-Jaap Tel, who will be our new financial controller. Overall, it's fair to say that we are well positioned to continue our strong track record and to make 2022 another successful year. As to the conclusion of my speech, I'd like to urge everyone to follow the example set by our energetic pub team, most recently demonstrated at St. Nicholas Day, and that is stay calm and carry on. Many thanks to all of you for your efforts and contributions last year. I wish you all a happy and healthy new year. Thank you.